name is Josephine Paul.
Susan Achin.
Yao Bremen. Jude Ojema Audu.
Second Zilang.
Richard Bassi.
Ekanem.
I am Mercy Joe, and we are
African Patriot on African Patriot Radio.
Of the Chief of Staff of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Malam ABBA KYARI, on Friday, the 18th day of April 2020. He battled fearlessly with the deadly pandemic, coronavirus. We at the Patriot Club do mourn over the fact that we will no longer have him in the physical. Yet we take this time out to celebrate his life and legacy. And with that, we present to you the life and times of ABBA KYARI. This is African Patriot Radio. My name is Ekanem.
And I'm Elvis Oga. It's quite a very trying moment for the world at large, and particularly in Nigeria, as the country have lost another hero.
Sure.
The Chief of Staff to the incumbent President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, ABBA KYARI. Until his death, he held this award of the Order of Officer of the Order of the Niger. Exactly. And like my colleague in the studio has said, we will be bringing to you the life and times of this great hero who has fallen. Let's take a look at how his life began. Way back, he was believed to be in his 80s at the time of his demise. And that actually made my colleague to do some calculations and then possibly come up with a date of around when he should have been born. So, let's get to talk about this.
If you look at it, he lived a very quiet life growing up.
Yeah.
There's not much that's been said about his childhood,
yeah.
how he grew up, what schools he attended. But like you said, he's believed to have been in his 80s. So if we calculate that, it's possible he was born
1930s, late 1930s, thereabout.
1940s actually.
Okay. Talking about his information about his childhood being sketchy, it's very normal to people born in those era. So Western education have not really been imbibed much in the country then. That was possibly even before Nigeria gained independence. So it was during the pre-colonial era. Except for some few families who had encountered missionaries then, that dates of such incidents were kept.
Well, at least we do know he was a Kanuri from Borno
State.
That much we know.
Then having a very rich educational background, which we'll be going into as we progress on the program. But before then, let's talk about his family.
Okay.
Yes. He survived by 4 children
And a wife.
and a wife. All right. There's no much for us to talk about that. We just head straight into his educational background. And having seen the way Nigerians have reacted to his performance in the office during his life, one wouldn't have known ordinarily that this man actually achieved this a lot. Yes, educationally.
Yes.
So from, like we said, much have not been said about his early days, but from the university days, from his first degree to second degrees, master level, and there are a whole lot that will actually blow people's mind, as the case may be, even though we were in mourning mode as a country at the moment.
Well, the people do deserve to know
Yes.
these things about him.
Because even though we are in the mourning mode, like I said, we are celebrating his lifetime and the achievement, the much achievement he acquired while he was alive. Yeah. He got his first degree in sociology from University of Warwick.
That was in 1980.
1980. Okay, and then a further look into his educational background shows that he wasn't satisfied with that degree. So he had to bagged another degree.
In law.
In law.
A bachelor's degree in law again from the University of Cambridge.
In 1983.
Yeah.
And then he had to go further to go get a master's degree in law again.
But in the same 1983, though, he was called to bar
after attending the Nigerian Law School. Okay, then in 1984, he bagged his master's degree in law, still from Cambridge. Yeah. This actually have pointed attention to something about this man.
There's no much said about his family growing up, his background and all, but for someone to have been able to achieve such feats at that time, I mean, it says a lot about where he's coming from.
So we can actually pick two things from this. Either he's from a rich background,
or he was part of those that benefited from the massive scholarship
that were in place then. And for you to be a beneficiary of those scholarship, you need to be very intelligent, brilliant, and sound. Yes. So and by the time we go through his endeavor into different spheres or field of life, that will portray the point that he was an intelligent man.
I mean, apart from his degrees and then his degrees he got, his bachelor's degree and master's degree, he also went further to attend the International Institute for Management Development in Lausanne, Switzerland in 1992.
He also participated in the program for management development at the Harvard Business School in 1994. That is to tell you, this man loves education. He loves knowledge. He wants to know. And one good thing about this man is the fact that he didn't just go ahead to know these things. He went to practice them. Yes, help impact on Nigeria in one way or the other with this knowledge he has gained around the world. So we are going to look into his possible places of career down to his political appointment, and then I will let you go into that.
Okay, yes. So from research carried out, KYARI actually worked for the law firm Fanny Kayode and Suwemimo for some time before his return to Nigeria.
Yeah, let me just take a quick look into that. Actually, when I got the info about his demise at the early hours of the day, one of the first things I saw was a tweet from FFK condoling and sympathizing with the family, and there's a whole lot of lesson to learn from that, because there were people that never agreed politically while he was alive, but he had to point our attention back or make reference to their memories way back in the chamber in this law firm in Cambridge, in the law firm way back then, and he was like, he made mention of some of his trade that we'll be going into as we much later on the program. Okay, he also was an executive director in charge of management services at the United Bank for Africa, and he was later appointed the chief executive officer In 2002, he was appointed board director of Unilever Nigeria and later served on the board of ExxonMobil Nigeria.
Before then, far back as 1988, or between 1988 to 1990, he was also editor with New African Holdings Limited in Kaduna.
Okay, this is one part of his life that his credentials or his resume did not actually point, or educational background will not give you a privy knowledge about it, but having to put this out now actually made us understand that he was a journalist.
Yes.
And a lawyer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think, I mean, in the same 1990,
yes,
he also served as a commissioner for forestry and animal resources in Borno State.
Yeah, recall that he is a cannery.
He went back to his roots.
Yeah.
And from 1990 to 1995, he was the secretary to the board of African International Bank Limited, a subsidiary of Bank of Credit and Commerce International.
Remember that I said that most people don't really know, didn't know this about this man. The only thing most people know about this man is the chief of staff to the incumbent president of Nigeria.
Exactly.
Okay, now let's just see what we can pick from this much experiences he has put in place, or he has garnered, and actually most of the knowledge he exerted on Nigeria. Let's look at what we can pick from this. This man went ahead, had two bachelor degrees, one in sociology, one in law. He went ahead to master in law, and then attended some other, do we call that?
He had some other professional
courses if we can just call them that. And then he, like I said, he didn't just acquire those knowledges. He went out there and make sure that he put them to use, practical use, serving Nigeria, our fatherland. So what can we actually pick from this?
I mean, from my understanding of the man, I didn't know him personally, but having gathered all of this, having achieved all of this educationally, and being willing to put it out there, I would say he's someone who actually had in mind to greatly impact people.
Wow. And that before you can impact people, you have to gain this knowledge. So
yourself.
He followed the steps real well. He went all out to impact these people. And then before we come through with more to derive from his life, and then try to see if it's worthy of emulation. But I know by now Nigerians should know if his life is worthy of emulation. Let's take a look at his political career.
Okay, first of all, we must know that politically, and he started his political career as far back in 2015. Yeah. Where he was appointed chief of staff to President.
That was on the 27th of August, precisely.
27th of August, exactly. He was appointed chief of staff to President Muhammadu Buhari. And then, I mean, let's look at it. This man is actually an influential figure within the Buhari administration.
Especially during that first term. He was mostly behind the scenes, trying to implement most of President Muhammadu Buhari's agenda. But in 2019, when the president was re-elected for second term, the office gained more prominence, in quote, because a president directed that all matters should be passed through him
before they get to him. So in other words, if whatever request you're making that doesn't pass through his chief of staff, he would not consider it.
Exactly.
I mean,
if you were to be in the president's shoe, having seen a man who has gathered so much knowledge and experiences over time, won't you feel same? And then there are some other traits about him, like I said, we'll be going into, that will actually make someone like President Muhammadu Buhari to trust a man this much, to say everything has to pass through him.
Well, he did his job well. I mean, from the first tenure you said, he did a very good job, and I believe the president knew what he was doing. I mean, he saw someone he could work with. He saw someone who knew his job, who could do his job properly, and he, should I say, capitalized on that.
Okay, you made mention of the fact that he was actually diagnosed of the deadly coronavirus pandemic, and then he had to battle the sickness until last night. Until last night, when we got the info about of his demise, and That actually okay.
He had actually had like some other health issues before now, like diabetes. And I think maybe his body was just not strong enough, or his immune system was just not strong enough to fight this virus when he got it.
Talking about his health challenges he had all along, and he still took it upon himself to accept this, do I call it responsibility assigned to him by the president. Most people want to look at...
I mean, when there is life, there is hope.
There is hope.
You can never tell. But he believed he could still make a change, he could still make a difference.
Exactly. All right, you stay tuned and listening to African Patriot Radio, and we're dishing out the life and times of the late Chief of Staff to the President of Nigeria, ABBA, KYARI. We'll go on a short break. When we return, we'll talk more about his life and times. Please stay tuned and don't go away.
Josephine Paul,
Susan Achin,
Yao Bremen, Jude Ojema Audu,
Second Zilang.
Richard Bassi,
Ekanem.
I am Messi Joe, and we are
African Patriot on African Patriot Radio.
Back is still African Patriot Radio, and we are talking life and times of ABBA, KYARI, the late Chief of Staff to President Muhammadu Buhari. I have in the studio. You already know my name is Elvis Oga. Okay, like before we went on that break, we were talking about as the circumstances are surrounding the death of this our great hero who has just fallen. And you made mention in the intro of the program that he suffered the deadly coronavirus pandemic.
Yes.
And the treatment commenced in Abuja, but there were informations from his quarters that he has made arrangement to be treated privately in Lagos. Yeah. And that raised serious concern for many people, because people feel as a government official, you are supposed to live exemplary life by allowing yourself to be treated in this government facility. Especially people are trying to question how good and how well these conditions are. But he came out to put an information which I believe is quite understandable, not understanding enough, is in clear terms. He said he wouldn't want to put more stress on the government facilities, because he have seen that there were other cases as recorded as well. And I think it's in line with what we've been saying. If you have food, like during this period of lockdown, if you have food that is okay, that you can extend to your brother, extend this. People looking at it from this light.
The thing is, I get what you're saying. A lot of people are looking at it like that, but then at the same time, they're asking themselves, these provisions, these things I have, are they enough for my family? How long would they take us?
Exactly.
Do you understand? So most people actually put all of these things into consideration before they even think of giving to others.
So are we looking at it like, okay, it's in the same spirit that this man, who unfortunately is no more, actually said that, okay, since he can afford his treatment on his own, let him not further stress the facilities put in place by the government. But most Nigerians are not seeing it that way.
Oh well, from what he put out, I believe he made a very sacrificial move. I mean, he had the money, yes, but then, like he said, he didn't want to put any more strain on the facilities put in place by the government because he believed we were having cases like almost basically every day, cases of infections of this
always on the rise.
Yes, always on the rise. We had that, and he thought to himself, "Oh, this thing is rising. There are a lot of people that would need these facilities, this care more than I do, and I have the money to afford for a private center for treatment. Why don't I just do that?"
Okay, there are several rights as an African man. There are several placing side by side tradition and religion. There are certain rights that are being carried out on a deceased before it's finally laid to rest or committed to Mother Earth. And we see that most of those things were not done because of the circumstances surrounding his death. Apart from the right, let's take a look at the angle of not having much people come around his residence to pay condolence visit and all, because the burial and the funeral and all the right has to be in line with World Health Organization's guidelines for burying people who died from coronavirus.
So, well, if you noticed the burial ceremony or the burial ceremony that was held for him, there weren't a lot of people, well, family-wise, because like the WHO had has instructed or advised people should avoid crowded areas. So a lot of people couldn't come in for this, a lot of his family, but then it doesn't mean he wasn't still surrounded by loved ones.
Because even electronically on social media, we've seen people pour out their hearts and their concern to this man. All right, we were talking about this a prayer that is said that is being said for a man before his burial when deceased. And we were talking about that. I mean, how do you want to put it out for people who are not that faith to know?
Well, in as much as they couldn't, he was a Muslim.
Yes.
And in as much as they couldn't carry out all of the rites, all of the things that are supposed to have been done because of the situation on ground right now, at least they were able to carry out the Islamic funeral prayer. That is the Salat al-Janaza.
Yeah.
Now this prayer is actually, it's one of the funeral rituals performed when a person dies. The prayer is actually said to seek pardon for the deceased as well as other dead Muslims. So.
Okay, let's get back to his power politics while he was in office or while he was alive. In 2017, there was a leaked memo that KYARI became embroiled in a public argument with the head of civil service, who was later removed from office and arrested. And then there were several angles, and Nigeria were looking at it from many people felt, okay, the president actually trusted this man so much for this to happen. And Nigeria was trying to look at it, will this be the same situation or scenario if it were not to be him?
Yeah, it was somebody else. I mean, well, never say. Anyways, in 2020, actually this year, in another leaked memo, Baba Gana Munguno,
the National Security Advisor,
accused KYARI of meddling in matters of national security.
Yeah, I remember when, when President Muhammadu Buhari came into office, there were 3 prongs of agenda he came in with revitalizing the economy, security, and then the general welfare of the people. And yes, when he came in, we saw that he didn't just pay lip service to this agenda, especially the issue of security. Like the Boko Haram sect were disseminated to one extent. And gradually, we don't know what happened. We didn't know what happened. It seems like the Boko Haram were getting their mojo back. And then
we don't want to, let's not believe that the presidency lost its mojo, actually. I mean,
I wasn't talking about the presidency. I was talking about the Boko Haram sect.
What I'm saying is, with the kind of energy they came in with, and at a point we actually saw that something was actually happening. Like there was a change. There was a lot of measures taken to curb the activities of Boko Haram. And then after a while, it's like everything just went down.
And then we saw Boko Haram resurfacing again.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. In as much as you say it looked like the Boko Haram
getting their
mojo back, it looked like the presidency was also losing its mojo.
Okay, I get. Thank you for that clarification. So, like I was saying, so there were a series of calls from different parts of the country that the service chiefs should be changed. And then the president, they're taking into consideration how how sensitive the issue of security is. President was not in haste to do that, and then it got to a point, a meeting was called for service chiefs, and that was where the National Security Advisor actually raised this alarm that the then the late chief of staff was meddling into issues of security. So most people actually felt, okay, this man was actually doing too much. It got to a point there were even accusations that he was the one.
Let's face it, security is one of the major it's one of the most important things right now in the country. It's everybody's business.
Yes.
Security is everybody's business. So you can't say he was doing too much.
Okay.
While trying to ensure a safe place, a safe nation, a safe country for everybody.
Okay, let's now take a look at the vacuum that must have been created by his demise. And at this critical time where every part of the government, every function of the government needs to be at top gear to see that other issues are well handled. Just yesterday on Leaders Watch, on this platform, the presenter was talking about, okay, it seems the coronavirus pandemic has taken the center stage, and it seems like every other issues of governance are being faced that we don't get to hear much about them. And she was asking, does that mean that we don't have other issues for concern or of concern? Now that we've seen the demise of the late chief of staff, definitely there's a vacuum. So let's see how fast or how well the need for this vacuum to be filled, even though we cannot have another exact ABBA KYARI.
Exactly. But like you said, a vacuum has been left.
Exactly.
It's going to take a lot to fill that vacuum. But like we said, we've looked at a lot of things this man has done. I mean, he's filling his shoes. Whoever is going to fill his shoes they need to bring their A game.
Exactly. Okay, let's go back and clear some gray areas regarding why his decision to be attended to in a private hospital. We give it out that, okay, he said he wouldn't want to further stress the government facility since he could afford that on his own. And then most Nigerians are saying that maybe if these facilities are on point, he wouldn't have thought it that way.
Exactly. I mean, there's the part where you look at it like him being considerate of the needs of the people before himself. But then there was also rumors of him being not wanting to be treated in these facilities because he thought they were not up to standard.
Okay.
So now it begs the question, we actually need to ask ourselves the question, we need to ask the government this question. Are these facilities put in place to take care of these people affected by the coronavirus? Are they up to standard? Are they good enough? Are they effective?
While I feel interested talking about issues like this is that most people tend to talk about this thing forgetting the fact that government is a continuum, because maybe these facilities may not be up to standard, but you don't just heap the blame on a particular government because we are all the government, and like I said, government is a continuum. The problem we're facing today are not problems created today, are problems that have been there. But what we advocate for is the fact that when you have any opportunity, you try your possible best to solve it, to change it in as much as you can. Okay, can we talk about some traits of this great hero who just left us? We've seen people, like I made mention of the condolence message sent by Femi Fani-Kayode, whom they never agreed politically while they were alive, but he was able to point out the fact that this man was the definition of loyalty. He was trustworthy, he was loyal, and that point our attention to maybe a possible reason why the president trusted him so much to the extent that he leaves most things in his hands.
In the words of Fani-Kayode, he actually sent this message out, and he said, "I have lost a friend of 40 years. We were at Cambridge together. We worked in my father's law firm together. We remained close throughout, right up until the end, even though we disagreed politically."
Okay.
He said, "ABBA was a good man, a man of honor and a loyal friend. May his soul rest in peace."
Quite a touching one, because nobody actually would have seen this coming from FFK, especially with all the drama, the disagreement we've been witnessing. Okay, and that speaks a lot, and that tells a lot. Like, you know, let's narrow it down to the different individuals in the society. We tend to forget that before the different political ideologies or political leanings, we are humans, And then
Yes.
when we come to the country, we are Nigerians first before any other leanings or inclinations. So for this man to come out to say, after all the disagreement we've been seeing politically from their side, he was able to point, like even to the very end, they were
Yes.
close.
I mean, there've been a lot of controversies surrounding the late chief of staff, but with his demise, a lot of people have actually come out to talk about him, to tell us things that most of us didn't even know about him. And most times we just see him as in we just see the front side of him when he's at work doing his political thing, but we never actually, nobody except those very close to him, that got to know who he really is and really. I mean, from the message Fani already put out there, he did say
He was
a good man. He was loyal. He had honor. I mean, these are certain traits that we should actually take note of.
That actually would make me want to talk about, okay, people thinking he was doing too much. And you said you cannot say a man was doing too much when he was trying to make sure that things just work out. For the fact that, okay, he was loyal, he is trustworthy, and then he was a good man. Do we think that, okay, many people claim or feel he was doing too much? Do we feel that, was he doing that too much on his own, or maybe because of the way President feel relaxed about him, and then he feel that he's loyal and trustworthy?
I mean, well, there are different angles to look at this from.
Okay.
He might have been doing too much on his part. Like I said, the issue of security is everybody's business. So you cannot really say someone is doing too much when it comes to security.
Yeah.
So if he was doing that, he probably felt, oh, well, the president expects this from me, expects a lot from me, so I have to be able to deliver.
I saw a message from the presidential spokesperson, the person of Malam Garba Shehu, and he said he was this man that swallows the bullets for his boss in silence.
That's actually very deep.
Yeah, very
Very
deep.
deep.
That means there are times that the president could actually maybe tell him, okay, this stuff you did was not right. Or maybe when people feel to like, okay, they try to judge him wrongly, he swallows this thing without complaining to his
More like
his
there are
boss.
things that people actually throw at the president, but he stands in the front line and takes those things, he takes those bullets,
Exactly.
so that they don't get to the president.
We've seen condolence messages sympathizing with him and the family from other well-meaning Nigerians. I don't know if you've laid your hands on them. Let's go through them quickly.
Well, there's one from the former president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Goodluck Billy Jonathan.
Okay.
And in a statement, he said, "I sympathize with President Muhammadu Buhari, the KYARI family, and the government and people of Borno State on the demise of Malam ABBA KYARI, who until his death was the chief of staff to the President of Nigeria. He served his country to the best of his abilities as a lawyer, journalist, and an astute administrator.
Wow.
May Allah grant him Al-Jannah Firdaus and strengthen his family and friends during this period of grief."
Yeah, like I said, before any other thing, before our beliefs, our ideology, political, religious leanings, we are Nigerians.
We're humans.
Yeah, so this is one moment that we've seen Nigerians come together to talk about how good this man was. But initially, most people were judging this man from a distance. And before we came on here, I was actually talking with Fuchi, and I was like, okay, for someone like FFK to come out to say this about this man, what message can you decipher from this? And she was like, she feels definitely in Africa when people are deceased, we try to pay our last respect and try to talk about, can I use the word exhume, maybe the good side of these people, the good trait. But all along, while this man was alive, none of these people came out to talk about this thing. So she was like, in as much as it is good to criticize, especially our public figures, to make them sit upright and sit up tight, it is good to like talk about their good side, so that let it not be as if, okay, it's because this man is late now, we're trying to look for one good thing to talk about him.
Say about him.
Yeah. Any other condolence message from?
Okay.
Yes. Okay, as you try to lay your hands on those things, let's take a look at his death, precisely, and the burial. We've talked about the right, the trait, and every other thing therein to talk about. ABBA KYARI died at First Cardiology Consultant Hospital, Lagos, on 17th April 2020. and he died from complications related to COVID-19. Before this, if you recall, series of work we've done with our research about COVID-19 and then putting our preventive measures and the way people could go out there, people could go in preventing this thing. We've been trying to study the statistics of how this the older people actually have been worse hit by this pandemic. If you see the cases of death and then recovery, if you do the statistics, you
and like I said earlier, he did have health issues before now.
Diabetes.
So yeah, that probably would have equally weakened his immune system. Because from research we carried out, we hear that this virus actually affects people like with weak immune systems.
Okay, in whichever which way Nigerians will want to look at it, it will be a total disservice if we don't talk about how he contracted this deadly ailment.
True.
Yes, because we were made to understand that he contracted this after an official trip to Germany.
To Germany.
Yeah.
And as at March 24th, 2020, it was made public that he had contracted the virus. He tested positive for the virus.
Yes.
And this was 9 days after he got back
from Germany on an official
trip.
Yes, an official trip. Okay, having talked about this, okay, let me just save that for the last. This morning on our way to work, we saw how some few dignitaries were at the Goodwood Cemetery for his burial, where he was actually buried. And you know, when you can't just run away from emotions when you see things like this happen to people, because you feel that, okay, you too, you are mortal, and one day it could be you lying in there.
It could be you, or it could be someone else, you know.
I saw a whole lot of emotions this morning, and I can see that is still trying to affect you. Please, can you just brace up a little bit? Like I'm fighting it so hard from my own side here. So
it is indeed really sad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really sad, and to see the number of people that actually came out to sympathize with his family, those that could be there physically and those that couldn't be there but sent messages out. I mean, it's actually very nice that they actually came out to do that for him. At the same time, it's sad because I feel like we've actually lost a very important part of this country, or in relation to the present administration.
The only consolation, or the much consolation we have in this case now, is the fact that he has been able to serve his fatherland in different fields, in different endeavors, to the best of his ability. Like in the words of the former president of Nigeria, His Excellency Goodluck Jonathan, he said, as a lawyer, he did his bits and pieces. As a journalist, he did his best. And as an administrator, like for the past 5 years, he's been on his game.
Amazing, actually.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay.
Still speaking on his burial, though, on his burial, and with the kind of crowd or the number of people we saw today that gathered at the Goodwood Cemetery for his burial. I mean, doesn't that beg the question: are people really adhering to this sit-at-home order by the president? You
know, that's this particular case. The people need to pay their last respect. Like we say. There were some certain observation of the preventive measures and the guidelines by the World Health Organization. Like we saw almost everybody were on their face mask. And then, do we call them the undertaker, who actually lowered down the body to moderate?
They were all kitted up.
Yeah, we saw all of those things in place. And like I say, when situations happen like this, your emotions must definitely be exposed. I think that was just what we saw this morning. That's what we just saw this morning. So
it's actually, I get what you're saying, but then we still need to be very careful. Because I mean, looking at it, despite the fact that people that were gathered, they had their masks on, some had gloves on, you never can tell how a person can get infected with this virus. Because even the gloves themselves, I mean, we know they're not very, very safe, very healthy, because you touch the gloves get contaminated. One way or the other, you touch your face or you touch your phone and you put it to your face, you could still get.
Okay, let's quickly use this opportunity to continue our campaign for people to be aware that the coronavirus is real.
Yes.
And then people should take all precautionary and preventive measures. There are so many people till this moment, they feel coronavirus is not real, it's political and different. Like I saw on social media where someone was saying, if this thing is real, where are the dead bodies of people that died of this? Where are the relatives that come
for
out?
the dead bodies. What do you want to use the dead bodies for? I know most, well, we have a lot of doubting Thomases, but it's better safe than sorry.
Yes.
Stick to this, stick to the instructions you've been given, stick to them. Keep yourself safe. Whether or not this thing is real, just follow instructions.
I don't know if you've been able to study the curve or the statistics with Nigeria. You know, there was this time when I had we had it slowed down, and then 2 days or 3 days ago we saw it rising again up to 31 cases a day, 52 cases a day.
Yes. I mean, but let's look at Abuja, for instance. There's time we had, I think for a stretch of, was it 4 days now?
2, 3, 4 days.
4 days, yeah. We didn't have like any cases in Abuja.
Now, trust me, when it comes to compliance with the lockdown and other preventive measures, the residents of Abuja are really doing well. I wouldn't want to believe it's because maybe that's the seat of power, FCT. I wouldn't want to believe that because even when we saw the recent rise in the cases from 31 a day, 52 a day, Abuja just recorded 2. As of yesterday.
Most of it we saw was from Lagos.
Lagos and I think they mentioned Katsina, Kano that had about 6 new cases.
Lagos actually always tops the chart, which is a thing for concern actually. I mean, it's bad enough that the city itself is overcrowded.
You know, there are several factors you need to take into consideration if you want to look at it that way. The population of Lagos is way more than every other population, so that's one thing we need to look at, and then the mindset. You know, it's more like a commercial hub.
Okay.
Yeah, so you need to put all of that into consideration.
Okay.
Yeah. Did I shut you up like you wanted to say something?
No, I'm actually just going to hammer on preventive measures.
Okay, why don't we just rule them out? Maybe there's somebody who that would be beneficial to. First of all, there's this hard one. I don't know if it's very hard to you. I've seen people complain about that.
Which one?
Don't touch your face regularly.
That's
once they tell you that stuff, you see that your face will be itching you.
Yes, and then you get the urge to touch. That's actually very hard. That's a very difficult one.
I think it's more like this perfect scenario of when growing up, and if your dad is going out and there's an equipment kept,
if you are not touch this,
if you are not told not to touch, your mind will not be there. But once you are told, don't touch.
Human, come on. I mean, basically, we actually just want to do what we are told not to do. Really, so
it's quite funny. And then when they say sit at home lockdown, we all know this will come with some harsh conditions.
True.
But like we said on this platform, times without number, it's a sacrifice we all have to make at the moment. So sit at home, like you said. It's just part of our human nature that we tend to do what we are told not to do.
Exactly.
When you are told not to go outside, some people don't have any business going outside, but they want to go outside and see if anybody has actually gone outside. It's funny.
But then there's this thing most people have, it's sitting at home or sitting in one place or staying in a particular environment for so long.
Yeah.
The people that fall into depression easily by doing that.
Yeah.
So most times they go out to meet people, to see other places, so they don't get too sad or fall back into depression, especially those who are working on it or who are trying to get out of it.
Okay, I don't know if you've noticed this. We've seen situations where the use of hand sanitizers dropped for a while. We don't get people to talk about that much. It's not a good thing.
Well, sanitizers are good, but the thing is, what kind of sanitizers are you buying?
Exactly.
Because there's been cases of people selling all manner of things to people all in the name of hand sanitizers.
Okay, this is still.
The other day on the internet, I did see that a woman or someone sold this nail polish remover to someone as hand sanitizer.
Oh, nail dissolver.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So please let's all be guided. Let's be careful. Let's adhere to all of the instructions by the WHO. Wash your hands regularly with soap and running water. Maintain proper hygiene. Maintain social distancing. Stay at home, please.
Why it sounded like you just want us to sign out of the program? Meanwhile, you're still listening to African Patriot Radio. We'll go on a short timer. When we return, we conclude on this one. Please stay tuned and don't go away.
Make we push this COVID-19 away, away, far away, away.
Everybody got to realize it. For this life, now one life we get up.
Now one life we get.
Everybody got to realize. For this life, you no get to duplicate. You no get to duplicate. Keep to the rules and regulations, yeah. Stay for your house, oh, make you know they go out, oh. Now for your good, the government just pass that law. Now for your good, make everybody they safe, oh. Stay house, make you know they go out, oh.
Make you know they go out, oh.
For this time, Corona no get friend, oh.
You know get friend, oh.
Stay house, make you know they go out, oh.
Make you know they go out, oh.
For this time, Corona no get friend, oh, 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 oh. Sanitize your hand, social distancing. Keep it good hygiene. Make you day your house, oh. Sanitize your hand, social distancing. Keep it good hygiene, oh, oh. Make you day your house, oh. Everybody stop waka waka. Make we stay house for the better. Make we stay house for the better. Everybody, everybody, everybody stop waka waka, oh. Everybody stop waka waka. Make we stay house, it go better. Everybody, everybody stop waka waka. Make we stay house, it go better, oh. Corona never get the cure. Everybody make you sanitize it. Corona, it no be our friend, yo. Oh yeah, keep the distance. Oh yeah, stop to the waka, oh yeah. Sanitize your hand, social distancing. 6 feet away. Keep it good hygiene.
You wash your hand.
Make you day your house, oh. Sanitize your hand, social distancing. Keep it good hygiene.
Wash your hand well.
Make you day your house, oh. Sanitize your hand, social distancing.
Make you cover your
Keep it good hygiene. Make you day your house, oh. Sanitize your hand, social distancing.
6 feet away.
Keep it good hygiene. Make you day your house, oh.
This is brought to you by the Nigerian News and sponsored by Patriots Club of Nigeria.
Welcome back. We're still talking life and times of our late ABBA KYARI, the late chief of staff to President Muhammadu Buhari. And I still have in the studio, my amiable colleague. My name is Alvis Oga. Before we went on that break, we were actually talking about some preventive and precautionary measures of coronavirus, which happens to be the ailment this our fallen hero died of. And Emem was trying to let us know that we should be guided regarding the kind of hand sanitizers we use, where she made reference to a woman selling a nail dissolver to people as hand sanitizer. And don't forget, wash your hand regularly and then keep physical or social distancing. Let's get back to what we're talking about today. We just have to bring that out to guide our people so that we don't have more cases of coronavirus in the country and at world at large, because we have agreed that it's everybody's fight to make sure that we face out the phase of coronavirus. All right. Let's take a look at the possible lessons we can learn from this. Like, in as much as people might have their divergent views to who this man was, but from several encomiums or condolence messages we've seen from well-meaning Nigerians, that points our attention to a particular direction, how this man fared, the kind of life he led, and then who he was in Nigeria. Like, we talk about the circumstance of his death and how he contracted this illness before his demise. You pointed it out rightly that he was diagnosed of coronavirus after an official trip to Germany.
Yes.
Was that a patriotic gesture?
Well, I mean, look at it. He got this virus in the line of duty. And this official business of his that he went on was actually a way to see how we can actually get things done for Nigeria over here. He went to get help, or get what's it called now? He went to look out for ways that we could actually help contain the spread of this virus. I mean, look, the virus itself is a war that everybody is fighting.
Yes.
Let's look at it, and it's not a war between humans this time. So he went out to do his own duty, his own side, he went to carry out his own side of the work.
Okay, that will make us to talk about some other people who are out there making a whole lot of sacrifices to make sure that things work out fine in this country. That will allow us to have comment from our listener and our viewer out there. So let's get to have your own side. If you feel this man actually died out of patriotic gesture, like he died in active service because he was trying to serve Nigeria. Recall that he has served this country in his own way to the best of his abilities, either as a lawyer, as a journalist, or as an administrator. If you got that from the condolence message by the past president of Nigeria. Okay, we actually some messages have been dropping on our on our Facebook page, but we'll return to that. Now let's talk about other people who have been making a whole lot of sacrifices to make sure that things work out in this country, even though we might not see them as 100% perfect, but trust me, there are people that have been doing their bits and pieces to make sure that things work out.
I mean, there are a lot of people that would still argue over the fact of whether he was patriotic or if he died in line of duty.
Yeah.
If he died, because there are people that have come out to say, oh, he died for his country. There are a lot of people that would still argue that. But I mean, despite what you feel, despite how you look at this, I mean, there's still people that actually play certain roles to actually push this country forward. Sometimes you don't see the things they do. You probably don't even hear about them, but they're actually working underneath. I mean, the ones we know about, let's take the army, for instance. These people actually go out there to protect the lives of the citizens of this country. They go to fight for us. They go to they put themselves in the front line. They put themselves in the front line of fire for us. And most of us stay at home and just feel like, oh, we're safe in this country, but then they don't know what the army is actually doing.
Staying at home and even feeling like it's not just the main thing. Some people even go all out on them, criticize them, and feel, okay, they didn't do this right, they didn't do that right. Yes, we are not doubting the fact that, okay, there could be room for improvement, but how well have you encouraged these people? Maybe by acknowledging the fact that they have tried their own best in their own way. Not just the soldiers. Take a look at the health workers. I saw during my research, I saw where they were analyzing the death of a health worker who just died out of due to coronavirus, and they were trying to look at, okay, was he careful enough? Talking about whether if he was kitted up and all, and people were trying to say, okay, this man was not even treating this patient for coronavirus. She was a pregnant woman, and he carried out a cesarean section on here, and he must not have known that, okay, this woman was suffering from coronavirus, and maybe because this woman did not turn up for tests or the symptoms have not manifested in her.
I think one of the first things that are done right now, if you get to hospital, they actually put you yourself. I believe, I mean, it should be one of the mandatory things to do. When you get to a hospital, that should be one of the first things they check you for, just in case, because like you said, there are people that do not show symptoms of this infection, but then they carry it.
Exactly. So now the big question or the issue is, you go to a hospital, maybe you're showing possible symptoms of a typhoid, and then you're being tested for coronavirus as well. You've suggested it should be mandatory. How quick or how fast are these results out?
Oh well, from one of the statements from the NCDC, they did say a test carried out now, I mean, with the addition of new laboratories that they put in, that they want to be able to bring results out within 24 hours. Okay.
All right. Now let's take a look at how well people have been faring, if they have been treated in government facilities and if they are treated privately. Even though World Health Organization's guidelines state that people with this disease should be treated in government facilities. One, before you attend to someone who is suffering from coronavirus, you need to be fully kitted up, and this kit is just one of use. Like, you just use it, you don't get to use it again. And from studies, we've seen that this kit costs up to 80,000 naira. How many private hospitals do you think will be able to afford this or accommodate the cost of this?
Well,
It's another
I mean, if you look at it, some private hospitals actually make a lot of money.
Okay.
They do. But then there's some who don't make as much. But I don't know how the government can do it, but I believe these kits should be made available to hospitals.
All right, let's get back to more information we can get from the life and times of the late Chief of Staff to President Muhammadu Buhari, the president of ABBA, KYARI. We've talked about his childhood, which has been sketchy to an extent, and we said it's not peculiar to him. That is more common with people born in that era because most records were not kept then. But give and take to the fact that he has been able to achieve this much, there have been traces to a possible date of birth for him because it was believed that at the time of his demise, he was in his late 80s. And this is 2020, you did the math and you came up with 1938 probably, and which is actually there out there. So it's not something people need to doubt. And then his education, we saw that he's a man who loves knowledge.
True.
And you said from what you can see, he's a man that loves to impact on people. And before you impart, you need to gain this knowledge. And he did, having to bag a degree in sociology, law, then master in law, and attending amongst others, like to put it short. Okay, let's go for another short time. And when we come back, we take a look at the family his wife is from, because there's something we need to talk about there.
Yeah.
All right, stay tuned and don't go away.
Josephine Paul,
Susan Achin,
Yao Bremen, Jude Ojema Audu,
Second Zilang,
Richard Bassi,
Ekanem.
I am Messi Joe, and we are
African Patriot on African Patriot Radio.
You're now listening to your number one radio station, African Patriot Radio, where updated information and the very best of entertainment is 100% guaranteed. We're still talking life and times of ABBA KYARI, the late Chief of Staff to President Muhammadu Buhari. MM is still in the studio with me. My name is Elvis Oga. MM, we were looking at the reason why the late Chief of Staff had to travel all the way to Germany, even though when there were cases of people dying out of coronavirus already.
Well, like I said before, it was still in a bid to contain the spread of this virus. I mean, he went over to Germany to seal an electricity deal.
Yes.
I mean, but let's look at it. you can't, you cannot have a functioning facility, a healthcare facility without stable electricity.
Power is key.
Exactly. So this is one of the things he actually had to handle to make sure we are up to standard.
Okay, we've seen people exhibit so many patriotic gestures. Let's take, for instance, the recent move of the Chief of Army Staff, Tukur Buratai, to Maiduguri, just to see that the Boko Haram the Boko Haram trend does not raise its ugly head again. Even though we have people who are out there, what the most major concern of most people now is coronavirus. But this man showed that he is a soldier, that he is,
there's still other issues out there that we would consider. But these things have been put to the background because the coronavirus is what everybody is looking into now, talking about.
You remember when I talk about the three agenda President Muhammadu Buhari came into office in 2015, with security being one of this agenda, and he actually put a good fight, and because before he came on board, Boko Haram were holding so many local governments. And then when he came, they were disseminated to an extent. And one of the first things he did then was to move the headquarters to that place. But now, the Chief of Army Staff have relocated fully back to that place. What can you say about this? Well, remember, we're not looking at this from the patriotic gesture now. Things people do to make sure things work in our country. And most people out there don't see. All they do is they sit and criticize. And let's just put this out quickly. You can drop your comment on our social media handle. Basically, for now, Facebook is more flexible for us. So just drop your comments. Let's have your take. So, let's get back to what we're talking about.
Okay, speaking of the army now, like I said earlier, there are people who work for us to enjoy security.
Yeah.
Now, security we're talking about is not just in terms of fight with weapons and all. Health security is another thing we should look into. I mean, the army has shown that they are very committed to fighting this pandemic as well.
Yeah.
I mean, there was the story of the army setting up a health facility itself. That's their own way of contributing. And apart from that, since everybody's attention is on the COVID-19 pandemic itself, the army has not forgotten that there are still other threats out there. Hence the Boko Haram. Okay,
as we are talking about the army, let's talk about the enforcement of the lockdown, which is another way that the country is trying to, is one of the most, do I call it cogent, most potent way of containing the spread of this virus. And that has been put in place. The order has been given by the president in Nigeria. And then we have people who enforce this. But even in the midst of that, people don't even see that, okay, these people who are risking their lives to enforce this are humans like us. They could as well be in their home to be sure that, to make sure that, okay, this virus does not get to them, but they put their lives on the line. Let's talk about that.
I mean, that's one act of patriotism there. I don't know how others to say it, but that's one line. That's one. That's actually one thing that people should actually know about. I mean, these people actually, these security officials actually put themselves on the line, like you said, to ensure the safety of the citizens. Now, the order has been given out by the president for people to stay at home in order to be able to contain the spread of this virus. A lot of people, but I mean, I'm just saying, even the security officials themselves who are out there trying to enforce this should equally try to stay safe as well. They should get the necessary kits they need to protect themselves.
Okay, when you talk about the necessary kits and then people who are making sacrifices, putting their lives on the line, another people we need to look at is the health workers. These people, they are the ones that are having direct contact, even with these confirmed cases.
True.
Just that, okay, there are gears and kits put in place for them so that they don't contact this. But most people don't even see the much they are doing. They sit and criticize, and I think the other day we were talking about hypocrisy, leadership, and all on the patriot, and these are some of those issues we talked on. Can we now relate this to what we are talking about today?
I mean, look at it. Like you said, these people put their lives on the line. Health workers, despite the fact that everyone has been ordered to sit at home, to stay at home, rather, the health officials, the health workers, were brought back in to fight this pandemic. I mean, even the ones that had retired before now, we saw how they were recalled back into service just because of this pandemic. A lot of people, I don't know where their criticism is coming from, but they are actually doing the best they can to contain this.
Okay, we just decided to highlight the law enforcement agencies like the army and then health workers who are risking their life. There are other people like all the people that have been exempted from this lockdown. People who are referred to as the essential duties, and it won't be nice if we don't talk about the media people who actually risk their lives to make sure that this information is always being passed out. I know about your joy there.
I mean, information is key.
Yeah.
Information is key. People need to know what's happening. People need to know what's going on around them. And that's where the media comes in.
Okay, like I said, we'll take a look at one angle from the family life of the late Chief of Staff to President Muhammadu Buhari, ABBA KYARI. And then what I want to talk about is that his wife.
Yeah,
he was married to the sister-in-law of Ibrahim Tahir. Yes. Do you know who this man is?
I don't know a lot about him, but I'm very sure you're about to tell us.
Okay, Ibrahim Tahir was a Nigerian sociologist, writer, and politician during the Second Republic and a prominent member of the Kaduna Mafia. Prior to the entry into politics, he was a sociologist who was renowned for his traditionalist conservative. So no wonder they had to make reference to him that that's the family, his wife. Yeah, that's the wife of the late Chief of Staff. Comes from.
Our research shows that far back as 1978, he was a founding member of the National Party of Nigeria, and later became the party secretary. And the Second Republic, he was appointed chairman of the Northern Nigerian Development Corporation, and later became communications minister. He later participated in the National Political Reform Conference and headed the Red Cross Society in Nigeria.
Wow. He actually did quite much, and like I said, no wonder reference is made to him. Okay, we're still expecting comments from our listener out there. Drop your comment. Let's see. Like, we're putting it out to everybody that, okay, the late Chief of Staff died out of patriotic gesture. Like you say, he died in active service. So we're putting it out there.
The question is, can we now say he has earned the right to be called to be a member of the Patriot Club of Nigeria?
I will leave that out to our listener to actually tell us on that one. And there's something else I want to talk about. Like, I saw this argument where some people were talking about, okay, we are saying, because before I came to the studio, I was speaking with someone about this. I was like, can we say that this man actually died because out of the love he has for the country? Do you know what someone raised up, that was he not going to be given an allowance for that trip? I was like, how much is the allowance that this man has not made all his life?
Oh, well, the different angles that this can be looked upon. Yeah. But he was doing his job. Like I said earlier, he had to seal a deal, electricity deal, which, however you look at it, would have gone a long way to actually help in the fight against this pandemic.
Not just that, a whole lot of the sectors of our economy are actually being redundant or not performing optimally because of epileptic power supply in the country. Okay, can we just get your last words on the show as we try to wrap it up?
Oh, well, like I said, somewhere in the middle of this program, the coronavirus is out there. Whether you believe it or not,
it is real.
It is real, and it is only it's only good that we take precautions and stay safe, follow the rules and instructions of the WHO. Like I said, preventive measures: use hand sanitizers, wash your hands regularly with soap and running water. Like I said before, maintain social distancing, avoid crowded places, maintain proper hygiene. I mean, the virus, the pandemic is no respecter of persons. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter your status in society. It comes for anyone.
Okay. I believe somebody out there learned a lot from the life and times of this man, which was put out like from, I can quote expressly from he was someone who wants to impact people, and he knows what it takes for you to be able to impact people by getting the necessary knowledge, and he did that, and he impacted, trying his possible best in different field of life or endeavors. He ventured into journalism, law, and then administration. He did his very best, and unfortunately we lost him to the battle of coronavirus last night. He's been buried already. Our heart goes out to the family and everybody who mourns and sympathizes with the family. Our heart goes out to the Nigerian government as well. That is the much we can take on the show for now. And we'd like to say a very big thank you to you for being part of this. Please stay tuned to African Patriot Radio for more interesting programs and packages. Do have yourself a lovely day. Stay out of trouble and make sure you adhere to all the preventive and precautionary measures to stay away from coronavirus. Stay at home. Stay safe. Bye-bye for now. My name is Elvis Oga.
I am Akanem. Stay safe.
Josephine Paul,
Susan Achin,
Yao Bremen, Jude Ojema Audu,
Second Zilang,
Richard Bassi,
Akanem.
I am Messi Joe, and we are
African Patriot on African Patriot Radio.
It's ODJB. ODJ on this one, yeah. Oh, yeah. Audio, you're busting my brain, judge. The way you're busting my brain, no girl can correct it, no way. Yeah. When you touch me, you spin my world around. I'ma get double everything where you carry for body, oh. Baby, let me be your shoulder. My love is guaranteed. When I pull you closer, it's like falling in love again. Oh, baby, you did do me, judge. Oh baby, oh, you love to do me, Jaja. That's why I kept falling in love with you over and over again. Falling in love with you over and over again. I just keep on falling in love with you over and over and over again. Falling in love with you over and over again. I just keep on falling in love with you over and over again. Falling in love with you over and over again. I just keep on falling in love with you over and over and over and over again. Falling in love. Like play. Sometimes I go run away, and when I run away, I go jam heavy, go be. Yeah, when they hook me for nego, I go run, come back again. Down on my nails, baby, I know could do it again. No, we won't. The kind of love that you show to me, no other girl can love me the way you love me. You love to do me, Jaja. Oh baby, oh, you love to do me, Jaja. Oh, over and over again. I just wanna keep on falling, yeah. Over and over again. Baby, you know that I wanna keep on falling for you, yeah. Over again. I just wanna keep falling in love. I just wanna keep falling in love with you, baby. Over and over again. Baby, you know I wanna keep falling in love with you. I wanna keep on falling for you, baby. I wanna keep on falling for you, baby. I just wanna keep on falling in love with you, baby. I just keep on falling in love with you over and over again. I just wanna keep falling in love with you. Oh, DJ is falling. Baby. We push this COVID-19 away, far away.
Everybody got to realize, for this life, now one life we get up. Everybody got to realize, for this life, you don't get to duplicate. You don't get to duplicate. Keep to the rules and regulations, yeah. Stay for your house, oh, make you know they go out, oh. Now for your good, the government just to pass that law. Now for your good, make everybody they safe, oh. Stay house, make you know they go out, oh.
Make you know they go out, oh.
For this time, Corona no get friend, oh.
You don't get friend, oh.
Stay house, make you know they go out, oh.
Make you know they go out, oh.
For this time, Corona no get friend, oh. Sanitize your hand, social distancing, keep it good hygiene. Make you day your house, oh. Sanitize your hand, social distancing, keep it good hygiene. Make you day your house, oh. Everybody stop waka waka. Make we stay house for the better. Make we stay house for the better. Everybody stop waka waka, oh. Everybody stop waka waka. Make we stay house, it go better. Everybody stop waka waka. Make we stay house, it go better, oh. Corona never get the cure. Everybody make you sanitize. Corona, it no be our friend, oh. Oh yeah, keep distance. Oh, yeah, stop to the waka, oh, eh. Sanitize your hand. Social distancing.
6 feet away.
Keep it good hygiene.
You wash your hand.
Make you day your house, oh. Sanitize your hand. Social distancing. Keep it good hygiene.
Wash your hand well.
Make you day your house, oh. Sanitize your hand. Social distancing.
Make you cover your
Keep it good hygiene. Make you day your house, oh. Sanitize your hand. Social distancing.
6 feet away.
Keep it good hygiene. Make you day your house.
This is brought to you by the Nigerian News and sponsored by Patriots Club of Nigeria.
As we stand together, shoulder to shoulder, younger or older, we stand as an indivisible unit like atoms. We stand for what we have left is our right, our plight to elevate to greater heights. Touching the sky, we take flight, not to be out of sight, but in our might. So in the pitch of dark, we are a pinch of light, illuminating the night. For sight will remember us having foresight. Built from a dream, standing supreme, we are a team that beams. Even when the odds are looking slim, turning our losses to wins. As we stand together from around Africa, we speak Africa with the heart of a champion, as it is in our black heritage, to create the new Africa from past Africa. As we stand together, knowledge has no barriers, for we have conquered our fears, shifted gears to plunge further in every sphere, piercing the chest of the future like sharpened spear. We stand together to weather the storm, to be reborn, sprouting like germinated seeds of a corn, to reform a generation like the signal sound of a horn, that though by history we are torn, but what's a rose stem without thorns? We take turns to have our history spawn from a conundrum of hearts beating like a talking drum, talking from words inscribed on our minds' tabloids. We stand together as African patriots.
It's ODJ, please. I feel too mad for you. Yeah. I feel too crazy for you. Baby, girl, I promise you my heart. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I promise you my love. Oh, oh, baby, I wanna share my life with you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I want to give my heart to you. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, little family, now you be the one, now you be the one, no. Oh, little family, you be the one, no. Can you feel it? Can you feel it, girl? Can you see it? Can't you see, baby, you've captured my heart. Yeah, baby, you've captured my heart. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna ever play you Ochoro. I'm not gonna ever play you Tinko, Tinko. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna ever busy your polio. Yeah. Baby girl, let me be your provider. Say, baby, let me be your shelter. I wanna be there to cover you. Baby, let me be your muscle. I wanna be there to fight for you. I will never fall your hand, and I will never break your heart, baby. Can you feel it? Can you feel it, girl? Can you see it? Can't you see, baby, you've captured my heart. Yeah, baby, you've captured me. Oh, can you feel it? Can you feel it, girl? Can't you see her? Can't you see, baby, you've captured my heart. Yeah, baby, you've captured my heart. Ooh, do. Can you feel it? Can you feel her, girl? Can't you see it? Can't you see, baby, you've captured my heart. Do, baby, you've captured my heart. Oh, baby. It's ODJ. DJ B. Oh, DJ on this one, yeah. Oh, yeah. Huh. Baby, Oreo, you're busting my brain, Jaja. The way you're busting my brain, no girl can correct it, no way. Yeah. When you touch me, you spin my world around. I'ma get double everything where you carry for body, oh. Baby, let me be your shoulder. My love is guaranteed. When I pull you closer, it's like falling in love again. Oh, baby, you did do me, Jaja. Oh, baby, oh, you love to do me, Jaja. That's why I kept falling in love with you over and over again. Falling in love with you over and over again. I just keep on falling in love with you over and over and over again. Falling in love with you over and over again. I just keep on falling in love with you over and over again. Falling in love with you over and over again. I just keep on falling in love with you over and over and over and over again. Falling in love. Like play. Sometimes I go run away, and when I run away, I go jam heavy, go be. Yeah, when they hook me for nego, I go run, come back again. Down on my knees, baby, I know could do it again. No way. The kind of love that you show to me, no other girl can love me the way you love me. You love to do me, Jaja. Oh baby, oh, you love to do me, Jaja. Oh, over and over again. I just wanna keep on falling, yeah. Over and over again. Baby, you know that I wanna keep on falling for you, yeah. I just wanna keep falling in love. I just wanna keep falling in love with you, baby. Over and over again. Baby, you know I wanna keep falling in love with you. I wanna keep on falling for you, babe. I wanna keep on falling for you, baby. I just wanna keep on falling in love with you, baby. I just keep on falling in love with you over and over again. I just wanna keep falling in love with you. Oh, DJ is falling. Baby. We push this COVID-19 away, far away.
Everybody got to realize it. For this life, now one life we get, oh. Everybody got to realize, oh. For this life, you no get to duplicate. You no get to duplicate. Keep to the rules and regulations, yeah. Stay for your house, oh. Make you know they go out, oh. Now for your good, the government just pass that law, oh. Now for your good, make everybody they save, oh. Stay house, make you know they go out, oh.
Make you know they go out, oh.
For this time, Corona no get friend, oh.
You no get friend, oh.
Stay house, make you know they go out, oh.
Make you know they go out, oh.
For this time, Corona no get friend, oh, 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 oh. Sanitize your hand, social distancing. Keep it good hygiene. Make you day your house, oh. Sanitize your hand, social distancing. Keep it good hygiene. Make you day your house. Everybody stop waka waka. Make we stay house for the better. Make we stay house for the better. Everybody stop waka waka. Oh. Everybody stop waka waka. Make we stay house, it go better. Everybody stop waka waka. Make we stay house, it go better, oh. Corona never get the cure. Everybody make you sanitize. Corona, it no be our friend, yo. Oh yeah, keep distance. Oh yeah, stop to the waka. Oh yeah, sanitize your hand. Social distancing. 6 feet away. Keep it good hygiene. You wash your hand. Make you day your house. Oh, sanitize your hand. Social distancing. Keep it good hygiene. Wash your hand. Make you day your house. Oh, sanitize your hand. Social distancing. Make you cover your nose. Keep it good hygiene. Make you day your house. Sanitize your hand. Social distancing. 6 feet away. Keep it good hygiene. Make you day your house.
This is brought to you by the Nigerian News and sponsored by Patriots Club of Nigeria.
As we stand together, shoulder to shoulder, younger or older, we stand as an indivisible unit.
It's ODJ Blitz. I feel too mad for you. Yeah, I feel too crazy for you. Baby, girl, I promise you my heart. Yeah. It's ODJ Blitz. I feel too mad for you. Yeah, I feel too crazy for you. Baby, girl, I promise you my heart. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I promise you my love. Oh, oh, baby, I wanna share my life with you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I want to give my heart to you. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, little family. Now you be the one, now you be the one, no. Oh, little family. You be the one, no. Can you feel it? Can you feel it, girl? Can you see it? Can't you see, baby, you've captured my heart. Yeah, baby, you've captured my heart. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna ever play you Ochoro. I'm not gonna ever play you Tinko. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna ever busy your polio. Yeah. Baby girl, let me be your provider. Say, baby, let me be your shelter. I wanna be there to cover you. Baby, let me be your Muslim. I wanna be there to fight for you. I will never fall your hand, and I will never break your heart, baby. Can you feel it? Can you feel it, girl? Can you see it? Can't you see, baby, you've captured my heart. Yeah, baby, you've captured me. Oh, can you feel it? Can you feel it, girl? Can't you see her? Can't you see, baby, you've captured my heart. Yeah, baby, you've captured my heart. Ooh, you. Can you feel it? Can you feel it, girl? Can't you see it? Can't you see, baby, you've captured my heart. Do, baby, you've captured my heart. Oh, it's ODJB. no DJ on this one, yeah. Yeah. Baby, Oreo, you're busting my brain, Jaja. The way you're busting my brain, no girl can correct it, no way. Yeah. When you touch me, you spin my world around. I'ma get double everything where you carry for body, oh. Baby, let me be your shoulder. My love is guaranteed. When I pull you closer, it's like falling in love again. Oh, baby, you did do me, Jaja. Oh, baby, oh, you love to do me, Jaja. That's why I kept falling in love with you over and over again. Falling in love with you over and over again. I just keep on falling in love with you over and over and over again. Falling in love with you over and over again. I just keep on falling in love with you over and over again. Falling in love with you over and over again. I just keep on falling in love with you over and over and over and over again. Falling in love. Like play. Sometimes I go run away, and when I run away, I go jam heavy, go be. Yeah, when they hook me for neck, I go run, come back again. Down on my knees, baby, I know go do it again. No way. The kind of love that you show to me, no other girl can love me the way you love me. You love to do me, Jaja. Oh baby, oh, you love to do me, Jaja. Oh, over and over again. I just wanna keep on falling, yeah. Over and over again. Baby, you know that I wanna keep on falling for you, yeah. Over again. I just wanna keep falling in love. I just wanna keep falling in love with you, baby. Over and over again. Baby, you know I wanna keep falling in love with you. I wanna keep on falling for you, babe. I wanna keep on falling for you, baby. I just wanna keep on falling in love with you, baby. I just keep on falling in love with you over and over again. I just wanna keep falling in love with you. Oh, DJ is falling. Baby. We push this COVID-19 away, far away.
Everybody got to realize it. For this life, now one life we get, oh. Everybody got to realize, oh. For this life, you don't get to duplicate. You don't get to duplicate. Keep to the rules and regulations, yeah. Stay for your house, oh. Make you know they go out, oh. Now for your good, the government just pass that law, oh. Now for your good, make everybody they save, oh. Stay house, make you know they go out, oh.
Make you know they go out, oh.
For this time, Corona no get friend, oh.
You don't get friend, oh.
Stay house, make you know they go out, oh.
Make you know they go out, oh.
For this time, Corona no get friend, oh, 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 oh. Sanitize your hand, social distancing. Keep it good hygiene. Make you day your house, oh. Sanitize your hand, social distancing. Keep it good hygiene, oh, oh. Make you day your house, oh. Everybody stop waka waka. Make we stay house for the better. Make we stay house for the better. Everybody, everybody, everybody stop waka waka oh. Everybody stop waka waka. Make we stay house, it go better. Everybody, everybody stop waka waka. Make we stay house, it go better oh. Corona never get the cure. Everybody make you sanitize. Corona, it no be our friend, yo. Oh yeah, keep the distance. Oh yeah, stop to the waka. Oh yeah, sanitize your hand. Social distancing, 6 feet away. Keep it good hygiene. You wash your hands. Make you day your house. Oh, sanitize your hand. Social distancing. Keep it good hygiene. Wash your hand. Make you day your house. Oh, sanitize your hand. Social distancing. Make you go by your good hygiene. Make you day your house. Sanitize your hand. Social distancing. 6 feet away. Keep it good hygiene. Make you day your house.
This is brought to you by the Nigerian News and sponsored by Patriots Club of Nigeria.
As we stand together, shoulder to shoulder, younger or older, we stand as an indivisible unit like atoms. We stand for what we have left is our right. Apply to elevate to greater heights. Touching the sky, we take flight, not to be out of sight, but in our might. So in the pitch of dark, we are a pinch of light, illuminating the night, for sight will remember us having foresight. Built from a dream, standing supreme, we are a team that beams. Even when the odds are looking slim, turning our losses to wins. As we stand together from around Africa, we speak Africa with the heart of a champion, as it is in our black heritage, to create the new Africa from past Africa. As we stand together.
My name is Josephine Paul.
Susan Achin.
Yao Bremen, Jude Ojema Audu.
Second Zilang.
Richard Bassi.
Ekanem. I am Messi Joe, and we are
African Patriot on African Patriot Radio. All right, good evening, a very good evening to you all out there. You are listening to your #1 African Patriot Radio, and I'm so glad to be here. It's the weekend, and of course, you know how we do it over here. This is the Girls Matter. We call this one the Whispers right here on African Patriot Radio. And of course, it's Girls Kind of Talk, and I'm not doing this alone. I have my girls right here in the studio. Immaculata Odette. Ima, how you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How you doing, Joseph?
Very well, very well. I'm super excited. It's the weekend. Of course, the lockdown has nothing on us, right? And of course, Fuchi is right here in the building. Fuchi, how you doing?
I'm fine.
You've got to be fine. You've got to be fine.
She does look fine. But this is not the regular weekend. This is
exactly,
like a
baby.
Lockdown weekend. You're locked down with the lockdown.
That's it. And Ima said so. Ima dropped the punchline yesterday on one of our programs.
Yes.
Like,
don't get down with the lockdown.
Don't shut
down with the lockdown.
Yeah,
don't let the lockdown slow you down.
All right, so guys, we're gonna go.
What I feel, still on the money, but to an extent, a lot of girls don't want you to give them money to get them. Why don't you get them and still give me money? You know, like when you owing a woman 10 naira, and then maybe you just dash her 20 naira on one of the days, and then you have not given her the 10 naira. Like you didn't give it to her and say, this is the 10 naira I am owing you, and you dash her like 100 naira.
You're still owing her.
Exactly. So I think material things, money, love, and any other thing that comes
I get. You know, this is actually the key note on it. Girls actually, we want money in between, and then love also comes in between as well.
Yeah.
So if I actually meet a guy that actually is ready to spend on me, is willing to give me that love, you understand? We actually have that the same understanding and synergy about what we want, and then we keep flowing at the same pace. It's a good one, isn't it?
It's a go-go.
Like it's a go-go. Like it's we're just on the same pace. And friend that you have.
And come on, you should be able to know if you go to the supermarket and you want to buy stuff, you ask the price and then you know if you can afford it or not.
But I think Immaculata, so he takes her from there.
Yeah.
It's called grade. There's grade 1, there's grade 2, I think I'm in grade 6 right now.
Oh,
yes.
That's about grade.
No,
yes.
So when you come into my life and you realize that
you understand
when they say they will die for you.
Yes.
But if you're just doing it because she is my girlfriend.
So I think she was shocked. If you watch that whole scenario, it looks like, okay, this guy was the one that actually,
it's a
different kind of body. Yes.
So I don't think he's still going out and he started having.
I know if it's me. You got what you wanted. Yeah. You went him home. Yeah. And then you get to be like, beyond him.
I will need my.
Jude.
So are you?
I think my mom just said that in passing. And once I went, then I was working in the photographic studio, and then. On the first day, we're supposed to familiarize with the terrain where we're going to do the coverage of the next day. Yeah. And I see this real fine guy. I'm going to call his name because I know you might be watching Chike. We're friends.
Chike is listening to you. Go on.
Okay. And he's this really fine guy. Yeah. He's tall and he's looking like everything I want on the physical. Yeah. And then he's like boss of this.
Approach the guy.
Can you talk to a guy? Can you move or take a
step? Can talk to a guy.
But I am not going to tell you, baby,
you.
I love you.
No. Okay, I know that to an extent. Yeah. Okay, there's something we say, the African mentality. There's something called the African mentality.
So if a guy,
Ima's mom, she said, do not talk to a guy and tell him, or don't approach a guy and tell him you want to go into a relationship with him because it will demean you as a woman.
Even the good book says so.
Yes, I think
he who finds a wife, not say who a wife finds.
Yeah. So you as a woman should place yourself in that position where you should be found.
True.
Yes, because like she said, she will, wait for him, and she's like, okay, now, once it clicks, I get you. And so to an extent, I can talk to you. I know, like she said, he's an intellectually sound person.
So just look for an opportunity to have a conversation.
I just look for an opportunity to have a conversation.
I make yourself presentable as well. Yeah.
I didn't want to talk about this.
Yeah.
But I just have to right now.
What's that?
Spill it, baby, spill
I just have to.
Yeah.
Because there's this person I met on social media. And from his post and everything, I realized, okay, this guy is sound, and this guy, what knows his onions. He was good at this thing he was doing. Yeah, I really knew that. Okay, this is the kind of person I want to be with.
Feeling the boy,
and then he was fine.
Oh my god!
And then to an extent, I had this thing for doctors. And so I just wanted, God, this guy is a medical person. Okay, I want to learn this thing. Yeah. And then at the point, I think I was running a program in nursing, so I thought, okay, this will blend. Okay. And then all of a sudden, I just had to comment on a post.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you slide
in the DM. I had to comment on a post, and he just replied casually. And I think from there he noticed, okay, this girl.
Oh yeah.
And then I now said, hello, DM. I said, hi. Yeah. How are you?
Yeah.
Good. How are you? Fine. Have you had breakfast?
Conversation was started.
He then asked me, have you had breakfast?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm so hungry. I don't even know what to eat. And he's like, oh wow, where are you from? I started with a savage response. And then he's like, he's like, this girl, who are you? I think 2 weeks after we met, and that led us into a relationship that lasted for almost 3 years.
Whoa. Are you serious?
Yeah, so I didn't have to tell him.
Tells me, goes along with telling me the kind of
person you are.
Yeah, before I respond. So you get a hello back, man, you just pass the first test.
Yeah, so true. So let me ask this question, this quick question. So can you really spend money on, a guy? I thought, like, take a guy out, spend on him and stuff. Can you do that for your guy?
I can.
Ema, you're not saying nothing. You think
I can't the question again.
Can you actually take a guy out? Can you spend on the guy at all?
Yes,
can you do
I
that?
think I have.
At some extent,
I have more guy friends than girls.
Okay.
So we do that every time we go out and we split the bill. And like, okay, the table's mine for today. We do that a lot. But now talk about just taking a guy out. It's okay.
It's cool.
It's fine. We're friends. It's a give and take. Relationship is like a give and take thing.
True.
It's not as though the lady should be at the receiving end and the guy should do all the spending. Yes, I know of relationships where the girl actually gets to spend more, but now it becomes an issue when it's as though you're being used. Because yes, I know guys where they get from you and then they give to someone they really love. I think the sincerity of purpose is actually what comes to play. Yes. At this point, okay, you're not using me. You have a genuine need, and I'm helping you genuinely because I love you and because I'm in a position to.
So it's not a bad thing actually for you to go out there.
As long as them know they use your head.
To an extent, you wouldn't even know if you're being used. You know, there's some people that go into a relationship and they're just giving their all.
Everything,
They are just, flowing in the tide, and so a lot of ladies don't understand that.
And love is blind.
It's blind, and then most times,
love just deafens you.
True. And I think
it's not like you're not seeing them, but
you're not like there's definitely going to be a sign to that.
You don't want anything. But
that's where love actually becomes blind. You're seeing the signs. You know that okay, this guy probably is not even giving you what you want, the attention you want. And true talk, I have an experience of someone that was my friend, and then boom, this girl actually comes in the picture and is willing to spend on him and stuff. So he was blinded and he was just like, babe, calm down. I'm playing my card well. Yeah. But guess what? This girl was not there for a joke. She was doing the spending and stuff because she actually loved him. And then when she noticed that he was trying to flex, was trying to play her, she didn't take that serious. She went as in went on her way to just always try to confront the guy when he's actually with his friend.
Give it time.
No, it crashed.
It did crash.
Yeah,
of course
it has to crash.
It was actually resulting to violence. This guy, the fight. The girl actually wants to slap the guy in the public and stuff.
Oh, because she's the one doing the spending. Then it's a girl problem.
At some point, you know what she did? She went on a way.
No, but it's crazy because I can't say that I had a boyfriend that I was always
So you can just imagine this whole story, like the whole spending of the guy thing and stuff.
It's a give and take situation.
It's a give and take situation. Okay, sometimes we go out, I'm like, you see, Easter hangout is on me today.
Yeah.
Then he's like, oh, Valentine. I think there was this time I didn't get him anything on a particular
occasion.
Yeah. And then he got me everything. And then I was feeling once I'm into something,
you put in your all.
I put in my all. Yes. And I think to an extent, a lot of ladies have to understand that it's not about collecting. Not every time you have to go out. Anyway, I don't know.
Most times, lessons actually teaches girls it's totally different.
When you notice that this guy is an extrovert, and you just tell him, okay, sweetheart, I'm an introvert. But when you want to go out, I can just hang out with you. But be ready to understand that when your guy is out, trust him well enough to not always think he's cheating on you.
Yeah, then it's a problem that
and then you guys then start having issues, and it always comes from you.
Yeah.
So I think it's trust and it's understanding, and then also be able to manage the fact that you have money. It's not always for you. There are sometimes you just have to just throw one thing. Okay, hey, I bought you this chocolate. Even if it's a 20 naira chocolate. But
like when I say that, most people just tend to turn around to be something different because they had experience of someone taking advantage of them and stuff. So you don't really need to take that path again. They just totally change and stuff.
Sometimes they slow down.
Yeah.
Just take it, when life hits you, babes, when life hits you, then you get to know that life is a lesson on its own. Although I also feel that we shouldn't take into account what I've done for you. I've heard situational stories like, after all that I've done for you. I mean, she didn't coerce you, like make you do it forcefully. You did it in love, and so love that should not account for
any flaws or wrong.
But trusting this thing you said now yourself on it, and then the next thing he says, you used me.
Okay, because if he gives you 100,000, there's more where that came from, and so
so you want to also take advantage.
No, but
like
she was saying a girl spending on a guy and then it's crashing. I've also been in on a relationship where
want and stuff, like when they look out for this tall guy, the one with pink lips and stuff, rich and stuff, and then they end up and they just end up dating someone that on the normal they wouldn't even want to talk to someone, and they won't want to talk to him and stuff. It actually happens to most people. For instance, I know a girl that's actually so she's head over heels about guys with beards and stuff. You understand? Like if it's beard gang, like if it's not beard, I mean, you understand? So girls actually what they want and stuff. But I feel like you should. First of all, you know what you want, and if you know that this guy actually cannot satisfy you, or this guy is not who you want your spec, like we talked about spec, why go for?
It's perfect. Nobody's 100%.
Yeah.
So if you want a guy that, I know a girl, her name is not Josephine though, she wants a guy that's God-fearing, that's fair, that's tall.
So that's just
no, her name is not just fair, but she could be Jojo. But she wants a guy that's God-fearing, that's tall, that's fair, maybe beard gang and
pink lips.
Oh. Yeah, that's gettable. That's gettable. Yeah. That's 2,500.
Oh my god!
So everybody can get that.
Yes,
but at a point, you wouldn't find all of these things. So you should know what are your core values.
Yes.
Maybe your core values are he should love God and he should be fair.
Yeah.
Okay, and then if you see a guy that has 75% of everything, because I see a girl's list. I saw a girl's list last time, and like I see many other this time. It's like. What do you call full scarf?
Yeah. Everything she wants.
Yes. And I haven't done that bad. As I have not done that bad. Yeah. My sister is like, go get clear and create your man.
Yes. Perspective to that aspect, a guy could, you understand, looking beyond that. Okay, this guy has money, this guy has love. Okay, yes, love is actually paramount, very important. It's crucial in a relationship. Let's talk about girls taking responsibilities for themselves. So, what can you say about that?
Okay, girls taking responsibilities. It brings us back to the case of where it's a girl owning up to stuff.
Yeah.
Girls should learn. Girls, we should learn to live with. Like I keep on going back to this.
Live within your means.
Live within your means.
Yeah.
Because you can't be earning, say, 100,000 naira, and you want to buy a hair of 250,000 naira, and then you're going. I
can buy it though. It only take 4 months.
And then you're like,
depending on you know what you want, you know what you can get your cash from your hustle and stuff. Yes,
because I can tell you that I can love Faith and I can stop loving a guy, and then I'm like, I can't even give this guy money. You know where your heart is where your money is as a woman.
Okay.
Yes. Where your heart is, your money is. Because if you're saying, okay, I love Mr. A so much, so much, you tend to see that you do stuff for Mr. A.
Yes,
you don't even
think about how much you spent.
You don't even count how much you've spent. You just realize that, okay, this is for Mr. A and he's going to be happy. And once he's happy, I'm happy. And so it just happens. So when love fades for Mr. A, let's say Mr. A loses his job, and then he's in the house with you. And what are you?
Even marriage is suffering.
Yes. So you don't realize a lot of ladies they are married today because of the fact that they want to be Mrs. They don't realize what happens in the future. What happens?
Yeah, because of what they see now.
The loud marriage and changing 7 dresses.
They didn't.
And you actually like 50K.
All right.
So I think to an extent that we have to be responsible.
Yes.
Responsible, I mean, responsible in the sense that once you know how to be able to manage your resources.
Yeah, resources.
Manage resources.
Yeah.
You know that this is what is needed. As a woman, you should save.
Yeah.
As a woman, you should have something doing for yourself. You don't always have to ask for money for
not being totally dependent on the guy.
Yes,
true, it's very wrong. To an extent, I think a lot of girls don't. I don't know. I have shame when I want to ask.
Okay.
I don't know.
when she's talking like this, and then I get to realize that it's not just about being self-sufficient. Yeah. And then everything your guy has to use for C, like his job. Do you understand? Yeah. Well, again, there are relationships just like we were talking about earlier when a girl gets to spend on the guy. Yeah. But I tell you for certain, do not start what you cannot finish. Because the way you start a relationship goes a long way. Like you just have to sustain that tempo, because once the vibe begins to die and then the relationship begins to fail, so one is related to the other. Just do it, but do not overdo it. There are even situations where your mom tells you cannot buy a car because you chase your potential spouse.
All right. Yes. That's a beautiful contribution. Like if you've been listening to this, it's been the whispers right here, and we're talking about girls talk. So girls, you actually have to own up to yourself, be responsible, take responsibility, hustle. You don't have to be dependent on any guy, to foot your bills, to be able to, fund you and stuff. You can actually be responsible. All right, so that's what you can take on the program today on the Whispers, and stick around with more interesting programs coming your way right here on African Patriot Radio. I've had Ima in the studio, and Fuchi and Josephine was signing out. Thanks so much for joining us on the program. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Josephine Paul, Susan Achin,
Yao Bremen, Jude Ojema Audu,
Second Zilang,
Richard Bassi,
Ekanem. I am Mercy Joe, and we are
African Patriot on African Patriot Radio.
It's ODJB. ODJ on this one, yeah. Yeah. Quick, Oreo, you're busting my brain, yeah. The way you're busting my brain, no girl can correct it, no way. Yeah. When you touch me, you spin my world around. I'ma get double everything where you carry for body, oh. Baby, let me be your shoulder. My love is guaranteed. When I pull you closer, it's like falling in love again. Oh, baby, you did do me, Jaja. Oh, baby, oh, you love to do me, Jaja. That's why I kept falling in love with you over and over again. Falling in love with you over and over again. I just keep on falling in love with you over and over and over again. Falling in love with you over and over again. I just keep on falling in love with you over and over again. Falling in love with you over and over again. I just keep on falling in love with you over and over and over and over again. Falling in love. Like play. Sometimes I go run away. And when I run away, I go jump heavy, go babe. Yeah, when they hook me for nego, I go run, come back again. Down on my knees, baby, I know could do it again. No way. The kind of love that you show to me, no other girl can love me the way you love me. You love to do me, Jaja. Oh baby, oh, you love to do me, Jaja. Oh, over and over again. I just wanna keep on falling, yeah. Over and over again. Baby, you know that I wanna keep on falling for you, yeah. Over again. I just wanna keep falling in love. I just wanna keep falling in love with you, baby. Over and over again. Baby, you know I wanna keep falling in love with you. I wanna keep on falling for you, babe. I wanna keep on falling for you, baby. I just wanna keep on falling in love with you, baby. I just keep on falling in love with you over and over again. I just wanna keep falling in love with you. ODJ is falling. Baby. We push this COVID-19 away, far away.
Everybody got to realize it. For this life, now one life we get up. Everybody got to realize for this life, you don't get to duplicate. You don't get to duplicate. Keep to the rules and regulations, yeah. Stay for your house, oh, make you know they go out, oh. Not for your good, the government just to pass that law. Now for your good, make everybody they save. Oh. Stay house, make you know they go out. Oh.
Make you know they go out. Oh.
For this time, Corona no get friend. Oh.
You know get friend. Oh.
Stay house, make you know they go out. Oh.
Make you know they go out. Oh.
For this time, Corona no get friend. Oh, 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 oh. Sanitize your hand, social distancing. Keep it good hygiene. Make you day your house. Oh, sanitize your hand, social distancing. Keep it good hygiene. Oh, oh. Make you day your house. Oh. Everybody stop waka waka. Make we stay house for the better. Make we stay house for the better. Everybody, everybody, everybody stop waka waka. Oh. Everybody stop waka waka. Make we stay house, it go better. Everybody, everybody stop waka waka. Make we stay house, it go better, it go better. Oh. Corona never get the cure. Everybody make you sanitize. Corona, it no be our friend, yo. Oh yeah, keep distance. Oh yeah, stop to the waka. Oh yeah, sanitize your hand. Social distancing. 6 feet away. Keep it good hygiene.
You wash your hand.
Make you day your house. Oh, sanitize your hand. Social distancing. Keep it good hygiene.
Wash your hand well.
Make you day your house. Oh, sanitize your hand. Social distancing.
Make you cover your
keep it good hygiene. Make you day your house. Sanitize your hand. Social distancing.
6 feet away.
Keep it good hygiene. Make you day your house.
This is brought to you by the Nigerian News and sponsored by Patriots Club of Nigeria.
As we stand together, shoulder to shoulder, younger or older, we stand as an indivisible unit like atoms. We stand for what we have left is our right, our plight to elevate to greater heights. Touching the sky, we take flight, not to be out of sight, but in our might. So in the pitch of dark, we are a pinch of light, illuminating the night. For sight will remember us having foresight. Built from a dream, standing supreme, we are a team that beams. Even when the odds are looking slim, turning our losses to wins. As we stand together from around Africa, we speak Africa with the heart of a champion, as it is in our black heritage, to create the new Africa from past Africa. As we stand together, knowledge has no barriers, for we have conquered our fears, shifted gears to plunge further in every sphere, piercing the chest of the future like sharpened spear. We stand together to weather the storm, to be reborn, sprouting like germinated seeds of a corn, to reform a generation like the signal sound of a horn, that though by history we are torn, but what's a rose stem without thorns? We take turns to have our history spawn from a conundrum of hearts beating like a talking drum, talking from words inscribed on our minds' tabloids. We stand together as African patriots.
It's ODJ Blitz. I feel too mad for you. Yeah, I feel too crazy for you. Baby, girl, I promise you my heart. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I promise you my love. Oh, oh, baby, I wanna share my life with you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I want to give my heart to you. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, little family, now you be the one, now you be the one, no. Oh, little family, now you be the one, girl. Can you feel it? Can you feel it, girl? Can you see it? Can't you see, baby, you've captured my heart. Yeah, baby, you've captured my heart. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna ever play you Ochoro. I'm not gonna ever play you Tinko, Tinko. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna ever busy your call, yo. Yeah. Baby girl, let me be your provider. Say, baby, let me be your shelter. I wanna be there to cover you. baby, let me be your most. I wanna be there to fight for you. I will never fall your hand, and I will never break your heart, baby. Can you feel it? Can you feel it, girl? Can you see it? Can't you see, baby, you've captured my heart. Yeah, baby, you've captured me. Oh, can you feel it? Can you feel it, girl? Can't you see her? Can't you see, baby, you've captured my heart. Yeah, baby, you've captured my heart. Ooh, can you feel it? Can you feel it, girl? Can't you see it? Can't you see, baby, you've captured my heart. Baby, you've captured my heart. Oh, baby.
It's ODJB.
Oh, DJ on this one, yeah. Yeah. Audio, you're busting my brain, Jaja. The way you're busting my brain, no girl can correct it, no way. Yeah. When you touch me, you spin my world around. I'ma get double everything where you carry for body, oh, baby. Let me be your shoulder, my love is guaranteed. When I pull you closer, it's like falling in love again. Oh, baby, you did do me, Jaja. Oh, baby, oh, you love to do me, Jaja. That's why I kept falling in love with you over and over again. Falling in love with you over and over again. I just keep on falling in love with you over and over and over again. Falling in love with you over and over again. I just keep on falling in love with you over and over again. Falling in love with you over and over again. I just keep on falling in love with you over and over and over and over again. Falling in love. Like play. Sometimes I go run away, and when I run away, I go jam heavy, go be. Yeah, when they hook me for nego, I go run, come back again. Down on my knees, baby, I know go do it again. No, we won't. The kind of love that you show to me, no other girl can love me the way you love me. You love to do me, Jaja. Oh, baby, oh, you love to do me, Jaja. Oh, over and over again. I just wanna keep on falling, yeah. Over and over again. Baby, you know that I wanna keep on falling for you, yeah. Over again. I just wanna keep falling in love. I just wanna keep falling in love with you, baby. Over and over again. Baby, you know I wanna keep falling in love with you. I wanna keep on falling for you, babe. I wanna keep on falling for you, baby. I just wanna keep on falling in love with you, baby. I just keep on falling in love with you over and over again. I just wanna keep falling in love with you. Oh, DJ is falling. Baby. COVID-19, away, away, far away, away.
Everybody got to realize it. For this life, no one life we get, oh.
No one life we get.
Everybody got to realize, oh. For this life, you no get to duplicate. You no get to duplicate. Keep to the rules and regulations, yeah. Stay for your house, oh. Make you know they go out, oh. Now for your good, the government just to pass that law, oh. Now for your good, make everybody they safe, oh. Stay house, make you know they go out, oh.
Make you know they go out, oh.
For this time, Corona no get friend, oh.
You no get friend, oh.
Stay house, make you know they go out, oh.
Make you know they go out, oh.
For this time, Corona no get friend, oh, 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 oh. Sanitize your hand, social distancing. Keep it good hygiene. Make you day your house, oh. Sanitize your hand, social distancing. Keep it good hygiene, oh, oh. Make you day your house, oh. Everybody stop waka waka. Make we stay house for the better. Make we stay house for the better. Everybody, everybody, everybody stop waka waka, oh. Everybody stop waka waka. Make we stay house, it go better. Everybody, everybody stop waka waka. Make we stay house, it go better, oh. Corona never get the cure. Everybody make you sanitize it. Corona, it no be our friend, yo. Oh yeah, keep the distance. Oh yeah, stop to the waka, oh yeah. Sanitize your hand, social distancing.
6 feet away.
Keep it good hygiene.
You wash your hand.
Make you day your house, oh. Sanitize your hand, social distancing.
Social distance.
Keep it good hygiene.
Wash your hand well.
Make you day your house, oh. Sanitize your hand, social distancing.
Make you cover your
Keep it good hygiene. Make you day your house, oh. Sanitize your hand, social distancing.
6 feet away.
Keep it good hygiene. Make you day your house, oh.
This is brought to you by the Nigerian News and sponsored by Patriots Club of Nigeria.
As we stand together, shoulder to shoulder, younger or older, we stand as an indivisible unit like atoms. We stand for what we have left is our right. Apply to elevate to greater heights. Touching the sky, we take flight, not to be out of sight, but in our might. So in the pitch of dark, we are a pinch of light, illuminating the night. For sight will remember us having foresight. Built from a dream, standing supreme, we are a team that beams. Even when the odds are looking slim, turning our losses to wins. As we stand together from around Africa, we speak Africa with the heart of a champion, as it is in our black heritage, to create the new Africa from past Africa. As we stand together, knowledge has no barriers, for we have conquered our fears, shifted gears to plunge further in every sphere, piercing the chest of the future like sharpened spear. We stand together to weather the storm, to be reborn, sprouting like germinated seeds of a corn, to reform a generation like the signal sound of a horn, that though by history we are torn, but what's a rose stem without thorns? We take turns to have our history spawn from a conundrum of hearts beating like a talking drum, talking from words inscribed on our minds' tabloids. We stand together as African patriots.
It's ODJ Blitz. I feel too mad for you. Yeah. I feel too crazy for you. Baby, girl, I promise you my heart. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I promise you my love. Oh, oh, baby, I wanna share my life with you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I want to give my heart to you. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, little family, now you be the one, now you be the one, no. Oh, little family, now you be the one, no. Can you feel it? Can you feel it, girl? Can you you see it? Can't you see, baby, you've captured my heart. Yeah, baby, you've captured my heart. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna ever play you Ochoro. I'm not gonna ever play you Tinko. Ooh, yeah. I'm not gonna ever busy your call you. Yeah. Baby girl, let me be your provider. Say, baby, let me be your shelter. I wanna be there to cover you. Baby, let me be your muscle. I wanna be there to fight for you. I will never fall your hand, and I will never break your heart, baby. Can you feel it? Can you feel it, girl? Can you see it? Can't you see, baby, you've captured my heart. Yeah, baby, you've captured me. Oh, yeah. Can you feel it? Can you feel it, girl? Can't you see her? Can't you see, baby, you've captured my heart. Yeah, baby, you've captured my heart. Ooh, you. Can you feel it? Can you feel it, girl? Can't you see it? Can't you see, baby, you've captured my heart. Do, baby, you've captured my heart. Oh, baby.
It's ODJB.
Oh, DJ on this one, yeah. Yeah. Huh. Audio, you're busting my brain, Jaja. The way you're busting my brain, no girl can correct it, no way. Yeah. When you touch me, you spin my world around. I'ma get double everything when you carry for body, oh. Baby, let me be your shoulder. My love is guaranteed. When I pull you closer, it's like falling in love again. Oh, baby, you did do me, Jaja. Oh, baby, oh, you love to do me, Jaja. That's why I kept falling in love with you over and over again. Falling in love with you over and over again. I just keep on falling in love with you over and over and over again. Falling in love with you over and over again. I just keep on falling in love with you over and over again. Falling in love with you over and over again. I just keep on falling in love with you over and over and over and over again. Falling in love. Like play. Sometimes I go run away, and when I run away, I go jam heavy, go be. Yeah, when they hook me for nego, I go run, come back again. Down on my knees, baby, I know could do it again. No way. The kind of love that you show to me, no other girl can love me the way you love me. You love to do me, Jaja. Oh baby, oh, you love to do me, Jaja. Oh, over and over again. I just wanna keep on falling, yeah. Over and over again. Baby, you know that I wanna keep on falling for you, yeah. Over again. I just wanna keep falling in love. I just wanna keep falling in love with you, baby. Over and over again. Baby, you know I wanna keep falling in love with you. I wanna keep on falling for you, baby. I wanna keep on falling for you, baby. I just wanna keep on falling in love with you, baby. I just keep on falling in love with you over and over again. I just wanna keep falling in love with you. Oh, DJ is falling. Baby. Make we push this COVID-19 away, away, far away, away.
Everybody got to realize, for this life, now one life we get, oh.
Now one life we get.
Everybody got to realize, for this life, you don't get to duplicate. You don't get to duplicate. Keep to the rules and regulations, yeah. Stay for your house, oh. Make you know they go out, oh. Not for your good, the government just pass that law, oh. Not for your good, make everybody they safe, oh. Stay house, make you know they go out, oh.
Make you know they go out, oh.
For this time, Corona no get friend, oh.
You know get friend, oh.
Stay house, make you know they go out, oh.
Make you know they go out, oh.
For this time, Corona no get friend, oh, 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 oh. Sanitize your hand, social distancing. Keep it good hygiene. Make you day your house, oh. Sanitize your hand, social distancing. Keep it good hygiene, oh, oh. Make you day your house, oh. Everybody stop waka waka. Make we stay house for the better. Make we stay house for the better. Everybody, everybody, everybody stop waka waka, oh. Everybody stop waka waka. Make we stay house, it go better. Everybody, everybody stop waka waka. Make we stay house, it go better, oh. Corona never get the cure. Everybody make you sanitize it. Corona, it no be our friend, yo. Oh yeah, keep the distance. Oh yeah, stop to the waka, oh yeah. Sanitize your hand, social distancing. 6 feet away. Keep it good hygiene. You wash your hand. Make you day your house, oh. Sanitize your hand, social distancing. Keep it good hygiene. Wash your hand well. Make you day your house, oh. Sanitize your hand, social distancing. Make you cover your keep it good hygiene. Make you day your house, oh. Sanitize your hand, social distancing. 6 feet away. Keep it good hygiene. Make you day your house, oh.
This is brought to you by the Nigerian News and sponsored by Patriots Club of Nigeria.
As we stand together, shoulder to shoulder, younger or older, we stand as an indivisible unit like atoms. We stand for what we have left is our right. Apply to elevate to greater heights. Touching the sky, we take flight, not to be out of sight, but in our might. So in the pitch of dark, we are a pinch of light, illuminating the night. For sight will remember us having foresight. Built from a dream, standing supreme, we are a team that beams. Even when the odds are looking slim, turning our losses to wins. As we stand together from around Africa, we speak Africa with the heart of a champion, as it is in our black heritage, to create the new Africa from past Africa. As we stand together, knowledge has no barriers, for we have conquered our fears, shifted gears to plunge further in every sphere, piercing the chest of the future like sharpened spear. We stand together to weather the storm, to be reborn, sprouting like germinated seeds of a corn, to inform a generation like the signal sound of a horn, that though by history we a ton. But what's a rose stem without thorns? We take turns to have our history spun from a conundrum of hearts beating like a talking drum, talking from words inscribed on our minds' tabloids. We stand together as African patriots.